Hey YouTube, I have a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and not just YouTube, mainly my affected people out there. It's basically to, do you feel like you should wake people up or not wake them up? I ask this question for a few reasons. Some people might ask themselves afterwards, meaning the person that is going through these changes, if it was the right thing to do, because it usually leads to some type of, you know, depression and misery at times, but, we all know that misery loves company. Um, so you decide to wake someone or people up, you think yourself might be receptive to these changes, and in your head, you kind of feel like it's going to be easy because, not to say it was easy for you, but when you saw it, and there was something inside of you that said, I need to investigate. So you might feel like it's going to be easy for them, and I think that's a mistake that all of us that wake other people up kind of feel that we, you know has to, they must see it the way that we see it. So I want to ask you guys a few questions, maybe get some of your input if you have the time or whatever. Let me know some of you guys' theory on this and what maybe you do yourselves. Um, there's a few things I feel like that could happen, or a few things I feel like I need to discuss. So one, this is one of the things that can happen is, one, you let these people know how you see things now, and you know so that they're either going to think, if they don't agree with you, they're going to think that you're crazy because of all these things you're ranting and raving about, or that you're trying to get them to see. Now that if they don't see it, they're going to think that you're out of your mind. And if there's somebody that never saw you like that, there's a good chance you might, kind of tarnish that relationship a little bit. Two, if they do agree with you, and they can see these changes, you know, there's a good chance that you might break their brain just a little bit, and send them down this spiral that you know can be a pretty depressive and isolating state of mind. And that's one of the questions I have for some of you is, do you think that depression and that holy crap moment is a rite of passage? Do you feel like you should have to go through that to even get this? I mean, is there a way it can be avoided? You know, sparing someone the shock, a good shock in their life, I think, you know. Um, so that's one, too. The third one, I think, um, which is my favorite one, is you may just create a new bond with someone, or multiple people for that matter, that it's a different kind of bond I feel that I'm making with some of these people, even though I really don't know them in person. We share this similar view, um, this traumatic, almost even event. I mean, I think it's like a concert or something, some wild concert, and it's one of a lifetime, event. You saw something special, and somebody that you're sharing it with, or someone that you're hanging out with, or someone that gives you a bottle of water when you don't have one. you know um, these are things that you're going to remember for the rest of your life, that meant something to you. And I feel like this, even this effect that's happening to people is creating these bonds that um, that they're meaning something different to people. At least they are to me. Some of these people I'm meeting and talking to, they don't, they're beacons, you know, in my life at times, and that's what I want to do for people also. I want to, I want to be a level of help to some degree to anyone that runs across any of these things. I want to make sure that that's out there, that I'd like to help in any kind of way, even if it's just to listen. or if you're mad or happy, excited, anything, I'd like to be there to listen. Um, so, you know, that's definitely one, is the bonds. I just want to make that clear. But and this fourth one that I want to discuss is the one that concerns me the most. This is the reason why I made this video for the most part. Um, I hear that sometimes that when these people, or let's say one of us, one of the affected, try to release this information to someone that's not, and they're getting it. They remember, Ed McMahon and the Publishers Clearinghouse. They remember these things. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I guess you're dealing with two type of people. Yes, people that are just going to say, "Oh yeah, 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 I remember that," even though they don't remember anything. Or you have the people that are, pretty genuine, which, I like to at least think that's half of people out there. They'll, "Oh yeah, I do remember," and then they're telling you the truth. But once you tell these people what's going on, the Mandela effect, you know, I've heard that there are people that are like rebooting and getting like this sense of amnesia, and they forget everything that you just said, and they go back to the state of mind they were at previously, right before you brought these things up, and they pretend or act like you never said anything. And you know this is one of the questions I have. When you wake these people up, should you trick them like that? Set them up with all these little questions. I mean, that's what I've done, is I kind of trick people on my Facebook. I asked for people to answer these questions without Googling, just trying to use their own memory. And as the questions went on, people stopped chiming in, because I think some of them were realizing, holy crap, there's a lot of things I thought were a certain way that they're not anymore, and I quit hearing from them. And not like they unfriended me or anything, but they quit chiming in on the posts. So I think that for some of those people, maybe they realized, what is he talking about, and they looked into it themselves, and they might be on their own journey right now, for all I know. Um, but there was another YouTuber that goes by Robert Wood, and he has one of those friends that apparently got a temporary dose of amnesia, and has another friend that got physically sick. And that made me think that some of these things might be, like I previously stated, might sever a friendship, because now you've either, I guess, you've exposed them to something they didn't want to be exposed to, or you scared the crap out of them, and you may feel somewhat responsible. And I feel like that's what this YouTuber, Robert, um, was feeling a little bit. And I think that's what a lot of us have, is compassion, and we tend to empathize, for others or with others. And I think that's what bothered him a little bit, is he felt a little bit of responsibility that I did this to this person. So anyway, that's what I'd like to know, what some of you people think about, which you should do. Should you wake people up, or should you not wake them up? Me personally, I keep telling myself that I'm gonna wake them up no matter what the consequences, that I feel compelled. But what I don't feel like I should unleash a different world onto people and hurt them. I don't want to do that either. So I want to know what some people think. And again, I just want to let everybody know that when I don't monetize these videos, I'm not going to monetize. I'm not going to add ads to any of these videos. Not to badmouth anybody who does, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm literally here for the feedback and the interaction, and like I said earlier, some of the bonds that are created here, and meeting other people that share something in your world. And in this day and age, it's pretty difficult to come by. So I guess that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys think, if you feel like it. Um, should you trick them? You know, should you? Is it a rite of passage to have to go through that depression and that scary part that I think that we all go through when we're realizing these changes? But anyway, that's it. I'm gonna close out, and you know, let me know what you guys think. And like always, stay strong, all my brothers and sisters out there. You know, stay strong. I'll see you guys soon.